Hello friends, and welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're going to make garlic green beans. So what you see on my counter is what we're going to use to make these, and there's something to making fresh green beans over opening a can or getting the frozen. The fresh are just a lot better to eat. Sometimes they actually give you the ability to where if you want these a little bit more of a snap when you bite into them or a little bit more crunchy, you can actually make them that way, or if you want them softer, you make them softer. It's just your choice when you're making these. And really, as you can see, there's not much goes into making these except for a pound of green beans and then some seasoning and stuff to make what I'm making. And these are great if you're having a bunch of people around for a meal or whatever. I mean, if you want to use the can, sometimes that's fine, but a lot of times I think fresh is better. So with what we have right here, we're going to go ahead and make fresh, and it really is not a long process. It's quick, it's easy, and maybe it could be a little healthier for you, I don't know. So what you're going to do is take a pound of ground beans, you're going to break off the ends and any stringy parts that are on there, get them off, and then we're going to actually just snap these probably about in half. Now you can do this however you want to. If you like long ones, you could leave them longer. If you want really short ones, you can do them short. It's your choice how you break them up. But you're just going to go through this whole pound of green beans and snap them and break off the ends and do what you got to do. And this will take a minute because, unfortunately, if you want them fresh, you're going to actually have to do the work for it. But like I said before, the taste of these kind of makes up for the work that you're putting in. And once you get them done, then after this, really, it's just getting them in the pot, adding your seasoning and your flavoring to it, and cooking them, and you're on a roll. So work your way through all your green beans, and then we'll move on to the next step. So I have a large pot here. I had a little bit of water in the bottom of mine just before I put the green beans in, just because I already set this on the stove and I want to make sure I didn't scorch them when I drop them in. So green beans are in, and we're going to add enough water to cover them. And then in addition to the water, I'm going to add about a cup of chicken broth. Chicken broth actually flavors the green beans. So adding this to it just gives it that added extra taste that's going to give you something more than what you had already, because just water is just water, but when you add the flavoring from the chicken broth, it does punch it up a bit. And then we're going to add seasonings to this. So we're going to add a half a teaspoon of salt, and then a half a teaspoon of garlic pepper. And then we're going to add some minced garlic, which I'm adding in at least 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, because this is going to punch the flavor through the roof, and this is why it's garlic green beans. And then after that, we're going to add in at least 3 tablespoons of salted butter. You can put more butter in if you want, because I always think that a little bit extra butter in it makes it taste better. It just gives it a kick. I'm going to stir this around a little bit to make sure that all of that seasoning mixes through. And then we're going to slice up a medium onion and add that to it, because that's actually just going to give it a bunch of more flavor. It's just when it cooks through, it's going to be wonderful. Now, once this is all in here together, we're going to break this onion up a bit, and we're going to raise the temperature of this because we want to bring it to a boil. So get the temperature going up. Luckily on my stovetop, it heats up very quickly. Put a lid on this and you're going to get the temperature up really fast. Once it's boiling, you're going to want to cook this for anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. But check it along the way to see if your green beans have become cooked already, because I check them at the 10 minute marker just to make sure, because 15 minutes is fine. But sometimes if your stove is really hot and it cooks really fast, 10 minutes might do it. But you can always take out one of the green beans and test it just to make sure that it is cooked. Usually, I check mine right at 10 to 12 minutes just to make sure. So you're going to need to stir these as they're cooking just to make sure everything is mingling through, especially the onions is getting through all of the green beans and the garlic and the seasoning, just to make sure everything is completely mixed. And when it's done, it looks something like this. And I served mine with some pork roast, which I did in another video. I could leave a link below. And this is a great meal. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out my cookbooks, which are available in bookstores worldwide. The first is about everyday cooking, the second is all about baking. Have a great day.